Hey everybody, Dog A798 here. This is my salute of the entire Naruto franchise. Of course, anyone who knows me knows I am a huge fan of the Naruto franchise. I first got into Naruto in late 2005 when it premiered on Cartoon Network, and then, like I said, after watching several episodes, I started to immediately become. I slowly became a fan of the series, and I am a huge fan of the Naruto anime series today. Started reading the manga in 2008. Started reading the manga in 2008. This is when I discovered manga streaming sites where you can read scans of mangas. And of course, around the same time, I started buying mangas of my own from the store, and I started, of course, reading Naruto Shippuden in Shonen Jump. Started with the original Naruto anime in 2000, in late 2005. As I watched, it kept getting better. It kept getting better and better and better. And then I remember watching an awesome episode with Rock Lee and Gaara, one of the best fights in the series. It was one of the most best and most unique fights I'd ever seen in the series. Here you had Rock Lee, a guy who is purely martial arts, hand-to-hand combat and physical strength, versus Gaara, who is strong, can fight hand-to-hand, but is too slow because of the insomnia around his eyes, so he just attacks with the sand. A guy with really no combat skills versus a guy who all he has is combat skills and no projectiles, no ninjutsu or genjutsu. This right here was an awesome emotional fight. And from that point I was hooked from Naruto. We got several more awesome fights after that. And then, of course, love the characters. Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Neji, Hinata, Kakashi, Might Guy. Supporting characters: Erika, Anko, Tsunade, villains: Zabuza, Zaku, Haku, Dosu, Orochimaru, Kimimaru, the Sound Four. Like I said, all this stuff was awesome. Like I said, after I was becoming such a huge fan of Naruto that after I saw a really cheesy McDonald's commercial, I think it was a cheesy McDonald's or some kind of toy commercial from 2007, where it was these kids dressed as Sasuke and Zabuza playing with the Wind Shuriken, playing with toy versions of the Wind Shuriken and the Zabuza sword from the anime. This is where I was introduced to Zabuza and Haku. I originally started my first episode. The first episode of Naruto I watched was episode 3, where they picked teams. I loved it so much I went back and watched the first episode to learn the origins of the characters, and loved it. And I got to see Zabuza and Haku. Then, of course, I was enjoying Naruto so much that Cartoon Network, despite airing Naruto all over the network, that wasn't enough, man. I had to go skip. I had to skip. This is where I discovered on internet streaming sites. I had to skip all the way to the Sasuke retrieval arc because I wanted to see what will happen next. And my God, was it awesome! I decided to stop after the Sasuke retrieval arc because I wanted to see the English adaptations of this, and I decided to stop at the fillers and several of the filler episodes. I enjoyed several of the filler episodes. Some of it was good, some of it was bad. I could have done without. Then we get to Shippuden, which I first, of course, heard about in 2007, which I started watching in 2007, and the English subs, which was this right here was awesome. I really enjoyed Shippuden when it was on Disney XD. I hated it being on Disney XD, but I was finally happy I got to see Naruto Shippuden in English. And Naruto Shippuden, well, I got problems with that. That gave me more of what the first show have. More intense action, and new cool characters like Sai continued the story from the first one. The only thing I don't like about Naruto Shippuden is that I felt the series peak with the Pain arc. Every bad guy appeared to be building up to him, so I stopped following it after that. I stopped following it after that. I also retired briefly to fight the Dragon Ball Z fan base. Dragon Ball Z fan base, and while I was gone, I kept hearing about on Wikipedia. I kept hearing about all the other stuff like the Shinobi War, the Ten Tails, and the Journey to the West stuff, and none of that sounded good. Boy, was I wrong when I read some of this stuff. When I read some of this stuff did not look good on paper. But once you saw it, once you read and understood, my God, this was awesome, man. Man, Kishimoto, man. I like how even when I doubt him, he still rises to the occasion and proves me wrong, even when I doubt him. Unlike some artists out there. So yeah, Naruto's the coolest. I've seen the first 3 Naruto movies based on the first series, and I've seen the first movie, the Shippuden series. Pretty awesome stuff. I'll watch and review the other ones some other time. I love the Naruto video games. Ultimate Ninja for the PS2, for the PlayStation. Then of course you got Class of Ninja for the Wii and GameCube. Then of course you got Ninja Council for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, and of course Uzumaki Chronicles. Never played the first one, but I did play the second one, which, despite the story being different from the anime, it was a pretty badass action game. Then of course you got the Ninja Storm series, which is the sequel to Ultimate Ninja. Badass. So yeah, like I said, then of course at Xbox you had that Rise of Ninja thing. For Xbox 360 you had that Rise of Ninja game. So yeah, Naruto, badass franchise. The only thing I want from them now, they've done so many theatrical animated films. It's time to take the next step. It's time for live action, man. Yeah, I think they can do it. Yeah, they've done everything else they could. In my opinion, manga and anime, it's live action time now. All right, Doug out.